Good morning. I'm sorry. I had noticed I was eating a plum. So, what are you going to do, huh? It's a baseball kind of day. Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show, the voice of rural America. You know what? What's wrong with America today? I don't know. It's a long list. I just had a baseball because last night I got all worked up. I seen the Hitler Youth, the Trump Nazi Youth of America in Glen Jean, West Virginia. Oh my God, the left they're going nuts. 30,000. All right, Sam. Good morning, Sam. I numbered a lot of these, so let's go with let's just go with Boy Scouts. It just says Boy Scouts there, and this is the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, giving the high sign to the Trump future skinheads of America, the youth of America there, 30,000. He taught them last night. He did a lesson on fake media. He did a lesson on the swamp. He told those kids just how it is. There you go. Let's go with Boy Scout number 2. And I'm going to point something out today. There you go. There you go. There's the kids, right? There they are, those Boy Scouts. Now, I'm going to point something out here that I don't know if it's out there yet, but it will be before the day's over. It will be, this will be pointed out, 30,000, Glen Jean, West Virginia, future Trump the youth. You remember, it will be said before the day's out. Remember when Hitler did the youth the youth thing? I forget what it was called, right? Now let's go to Boy Scout number 3. There we go. Those kids are wearing Make America Great Again hats. Americanism. Their president of the United States told them about this great country, the greatest country on earth. I mean, look at that. Now, the one thing I'm going to say before I move any further, because I'm going to play a couple clips. I know you don't want me to say this, but I'm going to. Here's the problem with this whole thing. 30,000. 30,000. Go back to Boy Scout 1. Look at this crowd. Just Boy Scout, not 1, just Boy Scout. Look at this crowd. Okay? 30,000 last night. And I'm going to say 90% white. Whoa, oh, I know he didn't say that. I know he didn't go there. White young males. Folks, before the end of the day, look and find the angry left, the people that actually hate in this country. Watch somewhere today when you see white young males and Trump indoctrinating your children. Just saying. Just saying. Okay? Just saying. Folks, I got to start with them. Okay? You got to start with the Boy Scouts. One article, I was reading articles this morning from the Business Insider. Parents railed against the Boy Scouts of America after Trump's campaign-style speech. Parents Boy Scouts of America after Donald Trump gave a campaign-style speech to a group of young scouts. Okay? Young scouts on Monday, despite promising he wouldn't speak about politics early on in the speech. Some parents vented on Twitter after Trump's freewheeling speech, calling Trump's comments to the crowd of mostly middle school and teenage boys inappropriate. Inappropriate. You want a list of inappropriate from the Democrats? Really? Maybe they could have invited Anthony Weiner. They could have taught these middle-aged teenage boys how to text out certain things. While Trump at times encouraged the scouts to follow their dreams and work hard, he frequently fell back on his campaign-style rally, which they were cheering. When Trump declared he would kill Obamacare, Boy Scouts in the audience began chanting USA. When Trump asked the crowd if President Barack Obama had ever attended the Jamboree, they booed Obama, who was a Boy Scout himself as a child. Oh, poor little Obama. While Energy Secretary Rick Perry and Price, who were standing behind Trump on stage, laughed and clapped. I mean, I'm telling you folks, just wait. This is far from over. He goes on to Ohio today. Let me see what the Puffington did. Isn't that what Rush calls him, the Huffington Puffington? So let's go here. All the ways Donald Trump, this is from the Huffington Post, all the ways Donald Trump violated the Boy Scout law last night, from Lee Morin. He put a whole list. Boy Scouts are encouraged to live their lives by a set of values which include trustworthiness, loyalty, and courtesy. But President Donald Trump appeared to violate almost every one of their ideals during his rambling speech to 40,000, this has 40,000 youngsters at the 2017 National Scout Jamboree in West Virginia. Take a look at the Scout law just for a minute. A Scout is trustworthy. A Scout is loyal. A Scout is helpful. Okay? A Scout is friendly. A Scout is courteous. A Scout is kind. A Scout is obedient. A Scout is cheerful. A Scout is thrifty. A Scout is brave. A Scout is clean. And a Scout is reverent. So Donald Trump, there's another one. The list goes on, and then there's from the Atlantic, and it's all over today, folks, but the Atlantic has a picture, Trump's mistake at the Boy Scouts Jamboree. The president addressed quadrennials? Is that what that's what they're called? Quadrennials? Okay. The president addressed the quadrennial gathering like a campaign rally, talking to a group devoted to service as if it valued self-interest. So let me go to, we're going to get to Jeff Sessions and everything, and he had because the only thing the media had is Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke. He was up there. He's Eagle Scout. Energy Secretary Rick Perry was there as a scout, and so was Tom Price, HHS Secretary, as a scout. But the media said what was missing was Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions was missing from yesterday's Scout Jamboree. The Trump Jamboree. That was it. The Trump Boy Scout Jamboree. Sam, can you tell me what videos I have? Because I can't remember the ones on the scouting ones. I want to see which one I want to go to first. Yeah, go with that one. Let's just start playing. Just do with that one, and we'll go one right after another. Let's go with that one.
There are many great honors that come with the job of being President of the United States. But looking out at this incredible gathering of mostly young patriots, mostly young, I'm especially proud to speak to you as the honorary president of the Boy Scouts of America. The United States has no better citizens than its Boy Scouts. No better. The values, traditions, and skills you learn here will serve you throughout your lives. And just as importantly, they will serve your families, your cities, and in the future and in the present will serve your country. The Scouts believe in putting America first. You know, I go to Washington and I see all these politicians and I see the swamp, and it's not a good place. In fact, today I said we ought to change it from the word swamp to the word cesspool, or perhaps to the word sewer, but it's not good. Boy Scout values are American values, and great Boy Scouts become great, great Americans. As the Scout law says, a Scout is trustworthy, loyal. We could use some more loyalty, I will tell you that.
We could use some more loyalty, folks. We could use some more loyalty. The left is spitting their heads off. We'll talk about Jeff Sessions in a minute. We'll talk about Kushner, his son-in-law. We will talk about all of that. But the left is spitting their head off because I'm telling you, they hate America, okay? They hate American values, okay? Scouts believe in putting America first. Whoa, slow down there, Donald. Young patriots. Oh, no. No. He tells the Boy Scouts about the swamp and the sewer. Stay away from the swamp. I mean, I got to, and there's no time like now to tell these kids how corrupt the media is. Why not? How corrupt Washington, D.C. is. Hey, you guys out here, you 40,000, there's a chance. We need more loyalty. Go to another one of those Scout clips, because I want to play a couple, because the media is not going to play these for you today. Just go to the next one, Sam. Just pick one and go with it.
Thank you. Secretary Tom Price is also here. Today, Dr. Price still lives the Scout oath, helping to keep millions of Americans strong and healthy as our Secretary of Health and Human Services, and he's doing a great job, and hopefully he's going to get the votes tomorrow to start our path toward killing this horrible thing known as Obamacare that's really hurting us. By the way, you going to get the votes? He better get them. He better get them. Oh, he better. Otherwise, I'll say, Tom, you're fired. I'll get somebody. You better get Senator Capito to vote for it. You got to get the other senators to vote for it. It's time. You know, after 7 years of saying repeal and replace Obamacare, we have a chance to now do it. They better do it. Hopefully they'll do it. As we can see just by looking.
You better get the votes, Tom. Are you going to get the votes, Tom? You don't get the votes. We'll have to look at them and say, you're fired, right? You're out of here. You guys have been promising for years, the American people. These kids out here, they know. They're not dumb. They've been watching you for years making these promises. They hear their mom and dad talking about, get the votes, Tom, or you're fired. They chant USA. How dare these Boy Scouts do that? And he throws in Senator Capito. That is the Republican senator from West Virginia that is struggling a little bit with her vote. 7 years. Today, the Mac is back. John McCain is back. Big Mac is back on the Hill for the vote. Folks, the vote is not to repeal. The vote is to debate, to bring it to the floor. Your first vote is to bring something to the floor. Once it's on the floor, they can all start stacking amendments on it. So you need to keep track of that today and not get too excited that today is repeal day. I don't quite think so. Let's go to another video. Tom Price, get the votes or you're fired. The media they're going nuts this morning because he has implied he could fire Tom Price. Interesting. Go to another one. Let's go for one more before we have to take a break. All right. I wanted to play that one for a reason because I wanted you to see the backstage. What President Trump is always saying, that the media will not turn the cameras around. I wanted you to see him come out and hear these kids and their scoutmasters cheering USA. I wanted you to see him walk out and the kind of cheers, because let me tell you something with that last video. The Russian, we haven't gotten to this yet. We haven't gotten to the Russian. We're not there. We're not where MSNBC wants us to be. 18 minutes into the show, we've not done a full 18 minutes on did Jared Kushner say something we can actually, dissect and find the truth about the Russian investigation. We're 18 minutes into the show, and I'm going to tell you right now, the Russian investigation, the Russian collusion, Russia this and Russia that, is not playing with that crowd. It's not playing in America. Those kids, those scoutmasters, those people there were genuinely excited about President Donald Trump being there. Go to one more clip. Because it's not about Russia, folks. This is what it's about. Play me another clip.
In the Scout Oath, you pledge on your honor to do your best and to do your duty to God and your country. And by the way, under the Trump administration, you'll be saying Merry Christmas again when you go shopping, believe me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. In July. It's Christmas in July. Trump threw it in there. Scouts are to do their duty to God and your country. Do your God and your country. And by the way, when you go shopping this Christmas, call me. Call me or the mooch, Scaramucci. Let me or the mooch know if they're not saying Merry Christmas. They don't say Merry Christmas, they got a problem. I will step in. I will take on the department store. I will call them out in a tweet if necessary. Let's go to another clip. Let's go to the Boy Scout Jamboree. I loved everything about it last night. The media's going wild, so let's do something here before we get, and I'm going to tell you what we're doing at 9 o'clock. Go ahead there with another one.
By the way, just a question. Did President Obama ever come to a jamboree? And we'll be back. We'll be back. The answer is no, but we'll be back.
We'll be back, folks. The question is, by the way, I want to know, did Obama ever come to a jamboree? Did he? We'll be back, folks. The answer is no. He never came to a jamboree. No. Just saying. So President Trump goes to the jamboree and he talks to 40,000. And just show me Scout Picture 2 one more time. And these are there's 40,000, and these are the kids. Scout Picture 2, and then go from there to Scout Picture 3. Is that whatever it is? That's fine. See that Make America Great Again, Trump hats, Trump shirts, and but let's go to what the corrupt media wants to talk about today. And we will get into this. So let me go over a whole list. I would think with the Russian investigation, ongoing investigation, that they would pull the servers from Trump Tower. Or they would send a list of computers they want. And I want Kushner's computer, I want Don Jr.'s computer, I want Manafort's computer, I want the servers out of Trump Tower, I want all your cell phones. I would think that should be high on the list instead of newspaper accounts from the failing New York Times. But that is probably why we're reading accounts on a daily basis of somebody in Trump's administration, somebody in Trump's campaign transition team, or anybody affiliated with the Trump campaign, probably reading articles on a daily basis where they're smashing their phones, using BleachBit on their servers, destroying their servers, leaving the country, pleading the fifth. Oh, that's not happening? Oh, that's the Democrats. Like Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Just show me Debbie. There's Debbie Wasserman Schultz. FBI seized smashed hard drive from Wasserman Schultz aide. What is his name? What is that? It's Alonz? Alonz? Is that his name? Put his picture up there. Okay. A long forget it. I almost said a bad word. A scandal may have gotten amplified by the FBI, and this has nothing to do with Russians or Republicans. Capitol Police had taken custody of laptops and other equipment belonging to Amran Allah. All right, I don't know. A former aide to both Representative Marcel Fudge from Ohio, Democrat, and former DNC Chair Deborah Wasserman Schultz of Florida as part of an ongoing criminal investigation. Let's see. Ongoing criminal investigation. Interesting. Last night, the Daily Caller reported that the FBI has become part of the investigation by taking custody of smashed hard drives in Awan's home. Okay, they have seized these. The scope of the case has apparently broadened past the Capitol Police's jurisdiction, according to Luke Rozak report. The evidence points to the financial scheme that extended into Pakistan, which would require the FBI to unwind. The reason for the discovery turns out to be the haste in which Awan and his wife, also a congressional aide, now keep in mind, also a congressional aide to a New York Democrat, Gregory Meeks, vacated their home in Virginia when the police first started probing their activities. They listed their home for rent on a network that serves the military, and their new tenants found some very interesting materials left behind. Oh, that's what MSNBC led with this morning. That's what CNN led with this morning. Is that what they led? Because this is actual tangible facts of a criminal investigation. But I think CNN is out there saying that Rex Tillerson is leaving. The Secretary of State is leaving the administration. I think they're out talking all morning long about Jeff Sessions this morning. You know, the American people need to understand, and I say this as nice as can be, Donald Trump made a promise standing on the stage that night. He said, if elected, I'm going to appoint a special prosecutor. A special prosecutor, okay, to look into your 30,000 missing emails, all right? He said that to the American people. And when Donald Trump tells you something's going to happen, all right, let's go to the Trump tweets so I can close this. President Donald Trump tweeting out this morning. Let's go to number 10. I'm sorry, let's go to number 10, the last one. Okay, and we'll work backwards if you can come up with number 10. And it should say Jared Kushner did very well yesterday. Should be that one. Donald Trump or Trump tweet number 10. Jared Kushner did very well yesterday in proving he did not collude with the Russian witch hunt. Next up, 11-year-old Barron Trump. Is that who they're going to bring up next? Barron? Barron's got some Russian-made toys. Look, let me tell you something on the Jared Kushner. We're going to get into all of this at 9 o'clock. From 9 to 10, it's time for Carla's Corner right after these messages. But let me tell you right now, Jared Kushner did not, with attorneys, prepare an 11-page statement. He did not come out in front of the mic yesterday in front of the White House and make a statement. And he did not go in there and answer questions at the risk of perjury. He's not going to. The attorneys are smart enough to know that if anything in that 11-page statement is false and he could be in trouble, or anything in his statement in front of the White House is false, they would have stopped it. Kushner was very solid yesterday, and the last thing they were going to do is allow him to go and risk perjury charges. Okay? Lying to, Scooter Libby. Let's go to number 9. So great that John McCain is coming back to vote. Brave American hero. Thank you, John. Let's go to number 8. Obamacare is torturing the American people. The Democrats have fooled the people long enough. Repeal and replace. Repeal or repeal and replace. I have a pen in hand. That was this morning at 6:30, folks. He's tired of it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go back one more. The big day for health care after 7 years of talking. We will soon see whether or not Republicans are willing to step up to the plate. Now, the media is going nuts that he's calling out Republicans. I'm sorry, that's who has to do it here. He has to call them out. He has to call the Republicans out. One more. Go back one more. Problem is that the acting head of the FBI and the person in charge of the Hillary Clinton investigation Andrew McCabe got $700,000 from Hillary for a wife in the campaign. That's right, in Virginia. Okay, in a state senate race or something like that. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for Carla's Corner. Let me just give you 2 or 3 more things. We're going to talk about what's happening with Jeff Sessions, Anthony Scaramucci, and, let's see, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. They called her a name. The left is nasty. There's nasty people. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages with Carla. Back to school special.